How's it going, Capricorn? It's Robin here. Thank you for joining me today on my channel, Aries Fire Tarot. I'm just going to start shuffling the Starman Tarot Card deck to do your January 2022 mid-month reading. Okay, so let's have a look at the collective energy available for Capricorn in Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keeping in mind, you guys, these are always a general read that I post to YouTube. So anyway, guys, those are all the disclaimers that I have. I really appreciate you being here. Remember to comment and subscribe. And I do like to jump right into the reading if this is your first time here. So let's get this crack-a-lack in here. I have a really, really bad shuffle happening. So give me 1 second. Okay, organized. And first card on deck is the Prince of Swords. Okay, so the Prince of Swords. Okay, anytime you see a Swords card, it could be a little bit an awareness of your self-assuredness, okay, of your strength of intellect. Okay, so I really see here for you guys that this is going to be a really sort of an ultimate moment to start listening to more messages from your spirit guides. We do see a raven represented here. You have to pay attention to spirit animals coming into your life, especially around this time, because we do see the Prince of Swords here. He could be feeling a little bit exhausted, lacking a little bit in divine inspiration, but you can see the spirits coming in from the background. So this is always a good thing when you have specters around you, when you have spirits, when you have divine beings of light, and also when you have spirit animals coming in to help you on your path, okay? Because this Prince of Swords, he's looking a little beleaguered, shall we say, and his sword tip is down. So he's not as prepared intellectually as he might want to be for some sort of a confrontation, conversation, or to sort of work through any type of, you know, when you have to think your way out of a problem, okay? So you do have some guides being available to you, but you're probably going to have to try and draw a blank slate for yourself. And one of the best ways to do that is actually to like do something that it just really doesn't require any brain work, okay? And I'm not talking about being sat in front of like binge watching or anything like that, or gaming. That's a different kind of a mindset. It turns you into somebody that is more in a trance than anything else. So if you're hoping to have a connection with your spirit guides, that is not the way to do it, okay? So I'm not saying don't do that at all, but if you're trying to get some inspiration from your angels and ancestors, your team in spirit, you're gonna need to do something else. Like really things that are relaxing, that you can shut your brain off, okay? So you might need to listen to whatever kind of super relaxing music, take a bath, or do yoga or meditate, because there are messages coming in from the divine for you that can help you through the next phase of your life. I'm just going to write that down. So let me just go on a pause here. Sorry, guys. So techniques like that are going to be super important, especially if you guys are feeling more like a butter knife than a sword, okay? So, and the swords, they really just cut through any sort of waffle. The suit of swords can be very angsty and a little bit disturbing, but when you get into the higher ranks of the sword cards is when you really start to come alive. So this particular prince, it looks like he's kind of like ready to drop to his knees, but you guys have techniques that are available to you, and you can also ask for strength from your team in spirit, whoever that looks like for you, okay? So let's pull another card here for you guys. This is funny, the last couple readings that I've done, particularly Scorpio and I believe Libra, had this Ace of Cups. So there is some sort of awakening available for you guys here. And many of you could be a little bit afraid to contemplate any sort of interaction with team and spirit. So just a little bit about that. Like once you start doing it, you can really tap into it anytime that you want to. Okay, so the Ace of Cups is finding freedom in your team and spirit, you know, like really relying on your angels, your ancestors, divine beings of love and light, any other guides that are available to you. And that could be a really good way of going into a preamble of inviting in your team in spirit to help you through this sort of bedraggled part of your life here. And look at the juxtaposition between these two cards, okay? This is freedom, okay? And this is being bound by worry, okay? So anytime that you guys want to talk to your guides, all you have to do is ask. I have people ask me that all the time. What should I do? It doesn't really need to be a ceremony. You just need a little bit of quiet, a little bit of time. You know, you can take 5 minutes, you can take 50, it doesn't matter. It's really up to you. But I do see where you guys are kind of deflecting messages from your team in spirit by just not being sharp enough, okay? And that could come from a little bit too much, you know, social media scrolling, or like the binge watching. And don't get me wrong, like I'm all over that stuff too, but you really need quiet time to receive messages from the divine. So, and here they are right here, okay? So you guys, if you're feeling uninspired, lackluster, a little bit under the weather, it is very much an important time here for you guys to get back to the basics of, you know, being mindful, okay? Again, it could be on your commute. If you're taking public transit, you know, bring yourself some headphones and just be quiet, close your eyes, you know, don't be afraid of missing your stop or anything like that. Or 5 minutes before bedtime, or taking 5 minutes extra in the bath just to like really start listening, okay? Because there is an important message coming through here for you guys. You do have the Ace of Wands. This is a big, bright idea, but it's going to have to get past this energy and to where you're opened up a little bit more with the Ace of Cups ready to receive, okay? So let me just do one more card here for you, Capricorn, and then we'll call it a day. So what have we got here? Oh, geez. Oh boy. Okay, so Nine of Wands is kind of indicating that there could have been a struggle to really communicate, especially if who tried having a seance out there? You got to let me know in the comments, because those are really tricky, especially if you're using things like a Ouija board, which are not toys, so don't buy one, okay? Those are for experts. We do have the Nine of Wands, which is saying that you might have tried to communicate with spirit before, and it could have been a very challenging job for you to do, but maybe you weren't just listening long enough, and maybe you need to know how spirit is trying to speak to you, like angel numbers, repeating numbers. I talk about this stuff quite a bit on my other channel, Oracle Rising. You know, flickering lights, you know, there could be a humming sensation in your ears. You just have to give yourself the time to be able to receive messages from other realms. And this could have exhausted you in the past with the Nine of Wands. It's like, well, I tried listening to Source or my angels or my higher self, and they didn't get back to me fast enough. Well, I mean, there's a bit of a barrier. So you guys have to give yourself the patience and grace to be able to communicate with the divine. So try it again, just with a little bit more intention and with just the patience to hear the messages, okay? So this is what I'm getting from you guys. You do have messages for, sorry, hold on, sorry, I just had the cough come out of nowhere. Sorry about that. So anyway, you do have messages coming in from the divine for you, but you have to just carve out the space to be able to interpret them, and maybe do a little bit of research on how your team in spirit is trying to communicate with you, and you'll start to understand that they've been talking to you the entire time, okay? So anyway, Capricorn, I'm going to wrap it up. You guys take care. Bye.